Okay, so let's talk about how to find the volume and surface area of a paper cone, right? So if I draw it out on my piece of paper, there is no base, okay? That doesn't really matter when you're trying to find the volume, because to find the volume of a cone, you do need to find the area of the base, multiply it by the height, and then divide by 3. So they told us that the diameter of this is 2.5 inches and the height is 3.5 inches. So when we find the volume, the base area, because it's a circle, can be found by this pi times radius squared. So to find the radius, we need to divide 2.5 in half. So that's 1.25. And then we need to multiply that by the height. So here's the area of my base times my height, and then divide by 3. So the volume of this is about 5.72 inches cubed. Okay, so your surface area is a little bit more complicated because we have an equation to find the surface area of a cone. And remember from your Pear Deck lesson, it looks like this: pi r squared plus pi times r times the slant height. So r, remember, is the radius. Now this is the surface area of a cone if it had a base, but because this is a paper cup or a cone, we actually don't need this at all because there is no base right here. There's no top, that's open. And so the only part of the cone that you need is pi times radius times slant height, which is technically what we call the lateral surface area. It's this part right here. Okay, so remember, to find the slant height, we need to create a right triangle using 3.5 as my height. So I'm going to draw my right triangle down here. Oh man, that is not a right triangle. Let's redo that. Boop, boop. Okay, so it's got 3.5 inches because they told us that was the height, and we're trying to find the slant height. And we know that this distance right here is actually the radius, so 1.25. So you want to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height, which in this triangle is your hypotenuse. So 1.25 squared plus 3.5 squared equals your slant height squared. And you guys are going to find that your slant height is about 3.8. So let's go back up to here. And this is going to be pi times my radius, 1.25, times my slant height, 3.8. So the surface area of the cone in your original question is about 14.915 inches squared.